All right, guys. I attempted to make this video twice, and both times was plagued with sound problems. So I'm assuming that I've got them straightened. What happened was I had a pair of headphones on, and the headphones had a microphone in it, and I had it plugged in. And I thought it would just pick up the sound from that, but somehow it picked up. I don't know what it did. I don't know where it got the. It was like two different soundtracks. I don't know what happened. Then I tried to delete one of them, and it sounded okay to me when I played it back. And then when I uploaded it and listened to it there, it was the same thing. So those of you who pointed it out to me, your hearing test was successful. Thank goodness you still have your hearing, and you're doing well. So look at it that way. So I got a couple pickups. Three. One is one that everybody's picking up. It was a book that I didn't read. My wife said she tried to read it and couldn't get through it. I don't know why. A lot of her friends praised it. And she has a thing. She has a lot of things. This thing is, and I love her, she has a thing. And this thing is, it's kind of funny. If there's a book of a movie, she wants to see read the book first before she sees the movie. And I get that. But if she can't get through the book for some reason, then she'll never see the movie. If she can't get through the book that's been made into a movie, where she hasn't read it before, she'll never watch the movie. So somebody was telling her that something that was really long. Not War and Peace. Don't know what it was. It was some classic movie that's a really long book that was really good. Not Anna Karenina, although that's another one. She tried to read that book and never got through. That's a really good book, though. And so I still have the movie somewhere, and she hasn't watched that yet either because she wants to read the book first. She's a pretty good reader, an avid reader, I would say. She reads quickly and goes through stuff. Every week she's reading a book, if not 2 or 3. Anyway, this is Ben Affleck in Gone Girl. Picked it up. $18.99 at Best Buy. Of course, it's got the digipack and the little book that comes with the same author. I guess it wrote Gone Girl. Don't know anything about the movie. Well, I do. I know a little bit about the movie. I know that it stars Ben Affleck as a guy who's on his 5th anniversary. His wife just disappears. And, of course, like in most situations where the wife has disappeared or the husband has disappeared or the children have disappeared, this is absolutely a fact. The police always suspect the husband or the wife or the parents because they are the most logical suspects. It doesn't mean they did it. And so this movie is a lot about him being the suspect in his small town and trying to find out what really happened, or perhaps he really did it. So that's the plot. Ben Affleck's supposed to be wonderful in this. I don't know how it ends. Don't tell me. And I'm going to be watching this soon. This is what I wanted to see in the theater. My wife didn't want to see it because of the aforementioned reasons. And she doesn't want to see it now for the same reason. So I'm going to be watching Gone Girl here probably today. And this one has the digital copy, I believe. Let me see. I can't remember if it has it or not. Let me just check inside the package. For those of you who perhaps, yeah. You got the digital copy with it. Yeah. Gillian Flynn, to give her credit, is the author of the book. By the way, the theme music playing in the background is one of my favorite television shows now. I got hooked on Castle, the lovely Kate Beckett, and the interesting Richard Castle. I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. I don't know where I've been. I've certainly heard of the show, and I love Nathan Fillion in Firefly. And there's, the funny thing about Castle is, if you've never seen it, there's a lot of references to Firefly, to Joss Whedon. At one point, he dresses up Halloween. He looks just like the character that he played on Firefly. And he called himself a space cowboy or something in it. Anyway, it's pretty cool. And she's just adorable. Stana, I can never think of her name. Is it Stana Katic? Something like that. Canadian actress, I believe. Just a beautiful girl. and the two of them are really good in it. So, anyway, that's Castle. I'll show you the little bit of a little thing here. If you never watched Castle, I say, you should watch this sucker. It's a great show. I've been fairly addicted to it. Like I said, there's a little promo for Castle while I'm sitting here. There's the 2 stars. We got some other main characters in his daughter, his mother. But yeah, I love Castle. Great show. Highly recommend it if you've never seen Castle. And it's a good detective show as well as being a good love story. And the characters on the side, even all the side characters are interesting. That's what makes it great. Even though there's 2 main characters, it is kind of an ensemble type situation in some ways. Anyway, that's Castle. And you ever get a chance to watch it? I think you should. All right. Anyway, my Castle promo. Next up, for $9.99 in a digibook. I'm a big fan of the digibook. This one comes with the 2 movies, a Blu-ray, both Blu-rays, and also comes with a digital HD ultraviolet code, and that is $9.99. Ghostbusters 1 and 2, $9.99 at Best Buy. Great deal. If you don't have it, it's 4K remastered. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, the late Harold Ramis, sadly, and Rick Moranis. There's the back. Give you an idea of some of the stuff that's on it, the extras and so on. Yeah, 2 movies for $9. You can't beat it. It's like $5 a movie. You can't beat it. And there's the spine on that one. It'll look good on your shelf. Yes, it will. Like that. Okay. Last and most interesting to me, because I've never heard of this movie. Certainly heard of the director, which is what sort of drew it to me. Drew me to it. It was on the shelf. There was the last one. I was going to the sale rack there in Best Buy. I'd intended to go in, believe it or not, and buy a movie that I don't like, or I haven't liked when I've seen it 20 years ago. But it's been 40 years since it came out. Maybe I saw it 30 years ago. I don't know. I saw it a while ago. And that is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I went in there because it's $14.99, I think, for the 40th anniversary edition, which comes with 2 Blu-rays and 2 DVDs, I think, and tons of extras and commentary by Tobe Hooper and others. And of course, it's a legendary film, and I wanted to kind of check it out. But again, I thought for $14.95, even if I hate it, I can resell it. But my thought is I will hate it again. And if you want, I go into more detail as to why, but not now because I'm talking about this movie. This is a Lars von Trier's full version, approximately 5.5 hours. You can see down here at the bottom of a movie that I'm not aware of, which is Nymphomaniac, Volume 1 and 2. This is the extended director's cut. Interesting heart-shaped whip on the front. It talks about forget about love. My guess is, based upon the other Von Trier movies that I'm familiar with, like Antichrist and Breaking the Waves and others, it's going to be bleak, depressing, visceral, intense, but not fast-moving. I don't want to say plotting. That's not quite right either. But not fast-moving. And more of a character study than a plot-driven movie is my guess. And it's only a guess. I don't know anything about this movie other than what I read on the back. I saw it on the shelf. It stood out to me. It was the last one. The title certainly grabbed my attention. Then I saw the director, and there was the extended director's cut, and there were 2 volumes to it, which I learned on the back means 2 different movies. Not a movie and then like an extended version of the same movie. No, not that at all. The first movie is the extended cut. It's 148 minutes. DTS HD Master Audio, 5.1 sound. Of course, it's subtitled. I believe this is probably in Dutch, perhaps. Swedish? I'm not sure what the term is. I should know better, but I don't. Perhaps Cinemaniac 77 will correct me, because I don't know this pronunciation of Stellan Skarsgård. That might be right. Charlotte Gainsbourg, or Gainsbourg, is the lead actress. She plays Jo. And then Stacey Martin plays her in her young youth and her young adulthood. You see the image here. The title would lead you to discern that based upon the definition of an nymphomaniac, it's someone who cannot get enough sex, can never be satiated. And so in the first movie, she's found in an alley and she's beaten. And the character Siegelman, played by Skarsgård, takes her into his home, and as he tends to her, I'm reading here, she recounts her erotic story of adolescence and young adulthood. And that's part one. And part two is the same actor and actress, again, Skarsgård and Charlotte Gainsbourg. And Stacey Martin's back in it again to kind of go back into the past again. But now it continues with much of her adulthood. Her journey of self-discovery. It says it leads to darker complications, which, doesn't surprise me. Look at the stars that are in this stuff. You look down, you're here at the bottom. In addition to the leads, you've got Shia LaBeouf, not a great actor, but certainly known. Christian Slater, Jamie Bell, Uma Thurman, William Dafoe. Just a lot of people in here that you may be familiar with. Udo Kier, who's very famous, at least to me. Anyway, this one's 178 minutes, and it was made in 2014, as both were. So these are recent movies put out. You can see all the goodies down here at the bottom. Yeah, put up by Magnolia. Really, really interested in seeing this. The discs are bleak, like you would expect. For a Von Trier movie, it's just black, and maybe it should just be black. So I don't know. This thing retails. I saw it on Amazon. Price was like $40, if you can even find it there. The third parties are selling it, I think. And yeah, for $16.99, maybe it was $17.99. It doesn't matter. Either way, good price for a lot of movie here. And I guarantee I'll walk away from this thing depressed and think less of society than I did before, or at least parts of society that I did before. But it'll also probably be a really interesting take. Don't know why the parentheses instead of the O in nymphomaniac. I don't know why that's the case. Perhaps by the end of the volume 1 and 2, I'll understand that. Perhaps somebody out there has a speculation why it would be a parentheses, or at least what appears to be a parentheses, and not an O. It doesn't look like it's an O that just isn't completed to me. Although, no, it's not. It's parentheses. It's clearly a parentheses. So, any ideas? I have none. All right, guys, that's it. So, Nymphomaniac Volume 1 and 2. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. And finally, a Gone Girl, which I put down someplace over there. Oh, you know what it looks like. All right, guys, that's it for now. And, I've been watching Forkerball and a DVD Collector 1974, I believe is the number, do their top fives. So I think I'm going to do a top 5 franchises. That's what they're doing this week. If you haven't checked out their channels, although they do try to work in sync with each other, it appears. So each week on their top 5s, they're mirroring each other as far as what they're going to do, which makes for an interesting situation to go back between the two. And I hope to add a third. I'm not saying I'm joining their duo, because I think they got a pretty strong duo there. I'm just going to chime in on the side and do my. They encourage that, and other people to do that. So I'm going to do the same thing. Try to keep in step with them every week if I can. I'll have to wait for their vids to come out though, to see what they're doing. Then I'll try to make one as well. I think next week they're doing top 5 directors. I think DVD Collector 1974 said he was going to have trouble doing that because he narrowing it down, to 5. I may have the same problem because I like a lot of directors, particularly if we're talking about, guys like Kurosawa as opposed to just American directors. Maybe it might have been better to limit it to English directors first and then, widen it out, but not my choice. So I might do top 10 also. All right, guys, that's it for now. Take care.